What if there's just too much priced into these stocks at this point? Valuations have gotten a little too rich, even if they're the greatest stocks in the world, which you've made the argument that, in fact, they are, that this is the place you want to be, maybe more than any other. And what if that's true and the multiples still don't make sense?
I think it's possible. In NVIDIA's last 10 years of history, there have been 30% drawdowns, almost 8 times of similar magnitude. Its PE, NVIDIA's forward PE, was actually higher at the bottom of those drawdowns. Right now, NVIDIA's forward PE is in the mid-20s. So to me, this looks like a normal profit taking. Maybe it takes NVIDIA down to the 90s, but I think 2 years from now, that's really going to be a gift.
In the ever-evolving world of technology and finance, sensational shifts are brewing in the stock market, drawing attention from investors and tech enthusiasts alike. These fields, characterized by rapid advancements and dynamic growth, are perpetually evolving landscapes that often merge to create groundbreaking opportunities. At the forefront of this convergence stands Nvidia, a trailblazer in the GPU and AI sphere, known for its innovation and leadership. With eye-popping reports of surpassing $35 billion in revenue for Q3 and a staggering 94% year-over-year growth, Nvidia is not merely making waves, it's making tsunamis. This astronomical growth has positioned Nvidia as a key influencer, capturing the interest of tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet, and Apple, who are keenly taking notes as Nvidia continues to innovate and conquer. While some details of Nvidia's operations are cloaked in secrecy, the broader conversation around Nvidia's groundbreaking performance is far from cryptic. It's a discussion brimming with potential and excitement, driving the narrative of Nvidia's path forward. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
DGX is now, of course, a cornerstone of the NVIDIA ecosystem and critical to its AI leadership. The first one, by the way, hand-delivered by Jensen Huang himself to OpenAI back in 2016. Going back to Fugado, though, guys, and what it could inspire: creative music composition, new soundscapes in Hollywood movies, more immersive VR worlds, advertising campaigns. The idea is that someone out there seeing or hearing that demo that we showed you guys a part of might go back to NVIDIA and ask to learn more or build on top of it. But also, as is often the case in generative AI, Fugado could raise new ethical and legal questions like copyright and misuse. And that was part of the reason NVIDIA says that it's not releasing it widely. But guys, it's a bit of insight into how products like these have helped NVIDIA sort of last through different eras, from crypto to gaming, and now the undisputed AI leader.
The artistic community, Dee, because it's definitely going to feed the argument that all of AI is just building on top of stolen work, they would say.
Exactly. And I mean, there's two camps here, right? Saying that generative AI is going to inspire more creativity. It's going to be a type of co-pilot or an agent that creates new things. But you're right, all of the underlying source material, at least right now, comes from something else, comes from something that may be copyright or created by someone else. When you move into the idea of synthetic data, synthetic sounds, that's still sort of built on existing, ownership pieces that are out there. So it raises all those questions, but it's also likely to lead to a lot of new creativity, new sounds, as we heard. Maybe some more useful than a saxophone barking and howling with electronic music.
Yeah, the video is definitely worth checking out to our viewers. Definitely gives you a sense of what is possible as we move forward through this new world.
NVIDIA's story is not just a tale of numbers, but of strategic successes and market dominance that have reshaped the landscape of technological innovation. With a data center revenue soaring to $30 billion, primarily driven by the indomitable Hopper architecture, NVIDIA leaves investors cheering on the sidelines, humorously ushering into the world of stock market jokes. If NVIDIA were a stock option, it would be a call, going up. But the strategy here extends beyond mere humor. Substantial data backs the brand's prowess. NVIDIA's GPUs have become indispensable for the AI aspirations of big tech, as highlighted by numerous Twitter commentators who praise its incomparable innovation. These accolades are supported not merely by anecdotal praise on social media, but by compelling data points that testify to NVIDIA's formidable AI infrastructure capabilities. As NVIDIA gears up for full-volume Blackwell GPU shipping by mid-2025, expectations within the tech community are high, anticipating a significant revenue ramp-up that could potentially exceed an impressive $200 billion next year. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
What do you make of the price action in that stock since, and about mega caps going forward?
Yeah, I think what's happening in Nvidia, 3 months ago I was on this show with Adam Parker, and the stock was at $100, and it had gotten absolutely decimated. And both of us were like, it's going higher. It's 36% higher than it was then. So are people taking money out of Nvidia and spreading it across into financials? And sure they are.
Are they going to continue to do that?
They probably will. However, if you look at Nvidia from here on out, I think Nvidia becomes a star performer again as we move forward.
Why so?
Because everyone's going to want to own it for the Blackwell ramp. The numbers are still, it trades at a sub-market multiple on 2026. That is not an appropriate valuation for a company like Nvidia. So can it rest for a little while? Sure, but just be patient.
Are you as confident in the other names?
Look, I think all of them, if you look at the valuations for the Mag 7s, most of them are quite palatable. When you talk about Amazon or Meta, Microsoft, and several of them have rested. And you want to actually see some of these companies rest and their price rest before they start to make the next move.
Big Tech's ongoing capital expenditures on Nvidia's products further reinforce the company's market strength. Industry giants like Alphabet and Microsoft are placing orders worth billions for Nvidia's cutting-edge technology. This aligns Nvidia's stock not merely as a piece of paper, but as a golden ticket to future-ready innovation. Analysts note that while revenue projections for the coming quarters vary widely, Nvidia's potential path to $70 billion in quarterly data center revenue seems increasingly viable. Yet, as revenues climb, profit margins experience a dance of their own, fluctuating slightly in line with market expectations. Analysts might raise a skeptical brow at margin dips, yet it's tradition within the semiconductor industry to face initial margin pressures when launching new products. Perhaps the market's mantra concerning Nvidia should now be patience is golden, particularly as Nvidia continues to captivate its stakeholders with emerging innovative possibilities that could redefine tech paradigms for the future. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Joining us now, IO Fund Lead Tech Analyst Beth Kindig is joining us. Beth, I want to know how much money is going to be spent on AI and these data centers. I understand we're talking about $100 billion. Is that accurate?
Yes, Stuart, 100 billion. In fact, by the time we end this year, it will be 240 billion if you combine all of big tech. Keep in mind that Nvidia claims 80% to 85% of this. When the CEO was asked about digestion, he said that he foresees 1 trillion being spent before there is a pause, which means we are only 1/4 of the way there, and we have a long, long runway.
Is it the revolution that we're told it is, AI?
Absolutely. It will change every industry as we know it through automation, and big tech is not spending in order to be the first. They're spending to make sure they are not the last. This is about extinction.
What's the demand like for Blackwell, these Blackwell chips, down the road?
Stuart, my firm has tracked in fine detail every AI GPU NVIDIA has put out for 6 years, and what I can tell you is the demand is unprecedented for next year. 2023 and 2024 combined is what 2025 will exceed. So to quantify that, Blackwell is already sold out next year, and we're tracking 40% pricing power. That's what's ahead of us, and it will begin in 1/4.
I'm reading between the lines, Beth, and it looks to me like you're suggesting that stock goes much higher than it is now.
Absolutely. Years ago, I said NVIDIA would surpass Apple, and I delivered on that 2 years early. My prediction today is that NVIDIA will be a $10 trillion company by 2030, and frankly, that is too low.
10 trillion by 2030, which is all of 6 years away. It's about just under 4 trillion now, so the stock probably triples. Is that roughly right?
It triples, and again, I think that's too low. That's the information I have today. We have a very quick product roadmap, never been done before, coming out every year. What that means is we're only going to accelerate the level in which NVIDIA is meeting this demand.
Beth Kindig, you're a star, and we hope you're right. Beth Kindig, come and see us again soon, please. Love to have you back. Thanks very much for being here today.
Thanks, Stuart.
Conclusively, NVIDIA's narrative is not just an enthralling saga of financial achievement, but a harbinger of future tech dominance, suggesting even brighter horizons on the tech landscape. As Blackwell prepares to surpass Hopper's benchmarks, the seeds of growth are laid for a tremendous 70% upside in the upcoming year. NVIDIA's enviable streak of innovation outshines competitors like Microsoft and Meta, as it clinches the pinnacle position in the 2024 Future Readiness Indicator. The stock continues to beckon investors with its compelling trajectory and pricing power, presenting itself as a strong contender for those looking to secure a foothold in future tech advancements. The pivotal question remains, however, what does the future hold in this thrilling tech era? As NVIDIA's stock rises on the back of such impressive growth, the choice to venture into investment becomes increasingly alluring. Would you take the plunge backed by such promising growth prospects? Share your thoughts. It's a dialogue desired as much as NVIDIA's next big move, inviting speculation, anticipation, and informed wagers on the future of technology and finance. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like NVIDIA have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.